Oh boy, guys, do I have a doozy of a video for you today. I wanted to bring up a subject that I never thought I would have to bring up, but the truth is, I'm gonna have to. I gotta address the elephant in the room, and what better than the prime example to do it? Casual gaming as we know it is dead. Casual PvP is dead. And what do I mean by casual PvP? Well, I mean, of course, the avenue of just being able to log into your favorite multiplayer game and play for fun. This is the new Overwatch update, claiming to completely reinvent the game. And they even had the balls to name it Overwatch. But do nothing that Overwatch did. But keep the game as a gutted version of itself. But that's not why I'm here. Casual gaming is dead because the PvP side of things, players are so ready to treat every single match like it's some sort of competitive tournament that the thought of playing it casually for a minute and actually having fun is just such a weird concept to them. If they're not trying their absolute hardest to win the match, they're not playing. And I know this could be as an example of, well, Death is washed up. He's not a, PvP player anymore. And you're 100% right. I'm very much not a PvP gamer anymore. I stopped playing PvP a long time ago. I used to play Overwatch 1 all the time. All the time I played Overwatch. I played Overwatch 1 every day, 12, 13 plus hours a day. When I'd get home from school, Overwatch. When I get home from work, Overwatch. Why? Because there was an enjoyment in getting your ass beat for 14 hours when you knew you got rewarded just for being there. What do I mean? Well, pretty simple explanation. Playing the game and getting loot boxes for leveling up. Getting loot boxes just for playing the game. Like, look at this. This is what I talk about. That Lucio is so hard set on fucking winning the match that he is going to do whatever he can to get in the way and just ruin it for everyone. He's going to dive. He's going to do whatever he can to be the... And that is Lucio in a nutshell. But I have never seen teams try so hard for no reason when they get nothing for it. You're not getting, you're not getting anything you really want out of quick play sweating, so why do you do it? Especially in something like this when the game doesn't overall deserve to be sweated in, because it's a shell of what it used to be. The game used to be so good back in the day. It used to be so good. You would play it, you could log in and play for hours on end. And you know what you would do in that time? You would literally log in. You'd play hours upon hours. And then you may get some loot boxes. You would get your loot boxes. And then you'd go in and then you'd continue to play because, loot boxes were where it's at. That's what you wanted. You wanted loot boxes. You wanted to get that skin that you maybe seen somebody else play. I don't like the idea of it being, oh, I want the skin that I see somebody else using, but I have to either get lucky and have it be in the shop for me to purchase for money, that I have to go spend real life money that I worked hard to earn on, or I have to spend my hard-earned money on a battle pass that I'm not gonna finish because the game is just not there for me to want to finish a battle pass. For me to want to finish a battle pass in order to do something so basic as get a 5.1% chance at a skin. There's no reward for play anymore. It's all rewarded to how much money you are willing to spend. And that is such a bad gaming practice. Like, completely terrible gaming practice. It's a completely awful practice. It's a completely terrible practice to go off of. It's a completely awful practice to have. And I feel like at this point, multiplayer games have taken such a hit. We're going to have to do multiple games, by the way, because, yeah, for me to cover all my points, because, yeah, like, look at this. So fun. Just like when I play COD, so fun. That's why I don't play COD anymore. That's why I literally didn't even finish doing half the stuff I was going to do in Black Ops 7, because it's just not worth the... It's not worth it. But be back in a second.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Alright, and we're back. No, as I was saying, because I know it's probably annoying to see some random dude talk about stuff like this, but when we play games, we don't think of, especially from a casual perspective, like, this is quick play. The way you see people play, you expect them to play in, like, competitive. But in quick play, you just see people running around, just having a good time. They die, they win, they win. But you got teams that are just so hellbent, no matter what mode they're playing, anything. The only thing on their mind is winning. And I think that is a bad way of doing it. You know, no one really cares that you can drop 30 kills in an Overwatch game, my guy. No one's paying attention. I promise you, no one's paying attention. We're all having a good time, or we're at least trying to have a good time. And, you know, just maybe get some XP for our heroes, or try to earn a loot box through doing an event, or just overall trying to have a good time. But, you know, these are the games, excuse me, these are games that are hurting with player attention because no one really is playing them for more than a couple hours before they realize that the game is not going to be relaxed. Everybody's going to be sweating all day, and then they just hop off. Then they just hop off for the day because they don't care enough. They don't care enough about the product to want to do anything else. They just want to win. So I have to sit here and I have to play. I have to sit on this objective and defend it with my life when I'd rather just run around and have a good time. Nope, I gotta play the objective like if I stepped off of it, I'm gonna fucking explode like it's a game of Cranked from COD Ghosts. And if I stop trying if I stop trying to get an elim for more than a second while trying to play the objective, I'm gonna explode. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that we have turned such a casual way of gaming into such competitive slop, overly competitive slop, that we can't even play casually if we wanted to anymore. Players couldn't play casually if they wanted to anymore. I'm probably one of, if not the last, true casual gamer that exists. I dare you to find somebody more casual than me. Somebody who will go 4-16 in a game of Overwatch and go, I tried. They won't go, this guy's cheating, or this team was... I'm just like, I tried. But the game is just this overly competitive mindsets now that just bring a bore to the game, and players just... I don't see how players can play this for more than a few hours before getting bored. Because, like, I used to be able to, like I said, play Overwatch for hours on end because I just went and got loot boxes. That's the only thing I cared about. I didn't care about my score. I didn't care about who won. I didn't care about anything. I wanted loot boxes. And I wasn't going to leave till I got loot boxes. Now, the only way to get loot boxes, I have to level up my heroes. I have to do a challenge. I can earn 3 loot boxes a week. Wow. Player retention. Why not just earn my 3 loot boxes a week, get as many as I level up the hero that I'm working on as much as I can, and then just dip for a week? Why play more than what I need to? Play my 27 games for the week, dip, come back next week. You know, like right here, our supports literally, they're not doing bad, but I'm getting left alone. Like, I literally had a Juno right there who could heal me. Now I'm mad that she didn't. I'm like, damn, I could have got that. You know what another player would have done? Immediately jumped on his keyboard and yelled at that Juno for not helping him. Whereas to me, it's like, yeah, I figured you'd be scoped in right here. But still, it comes down to the player base just tries too hard to do stuff that doesn't matter anymore. And then the players that do try their absolute hardest are surprised when there's hackers. You know, it's like, well, when you try as hard as you do, as frequently as you do, you can't really be surprised when people try to outplay you with any way they can. Sometimes that means cheating. Sometimes it means a player cheats. What are you going to do about it? I get mad at cheaters just because I don't feel like I did anything to warrant being cheated against, but that's just me. You know, I didn't do anything to warrant it, but, you know, it happens. You know, things like that, they just happen. I don't feel like, with how rarely I play this game, this is the first time I've played it in like 4 months. I don't feel like I deserve to be sweated on this hard. You should have seen the game I played before this, where the team won in about 30 seconds because they just sweated their absolute nuts off. Like, they sweated so hard for just something so minute. Like right here, this D.Va has no reason to dive in the backline other than you're just a dick. Like, no one's even paying attention to her because she's such a little threat, so she has to try to get little picks off in the distance somewhere to make herself seem relevant. I mean, stats speak for themselves, man. You can play however you want at the end of the day, but in a month, if the player base disappears again, I mean, are you really going to be that surprised? Because I'm not. I'm not going to be very surprised to see that the player base dissipated again. I'm not going to be surprised if it happens. I'm not. Because at the end of the day, I love video games, but I'm also not afraid to be hypercritical of the players that play them and the game itself. And to call this Overwatch is false advertising. This is a mobile game. This has become what something you'd expect on your phone, not on your computer. I mean, You got the UI where the play button's in the center of the screen as the biggest icon, implicating that you should be able to just touch it and load in. You want to make people buy everything. You want the players to buy everything. It's a mobile game. At the end of the day, it's a mobile game. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's anything more. You're never going to hear me praise this game. Because although it's fun, it's not Overwatch. It will never be Overwatch. Because Overwatch as we know it, and casual gaming as we know it, is dead. It's gone. It won't come back. It's all about who will spend the most money on the most ridiculous stuff at the end of the day. Who's willing to spend money on stupid skins? You know, we all the skins that you see nowadays that people have, most of them just went and earned through play. We didn't do anything special for them. We didn't do anything crazy for them. We just earned them through play. We earned them through hours of playtime. We earned them through hours of playing the game. It's called dedication to the craft. Something that the kind of players that these games like to cater to now don't know the first thing about. They will never know what dedication is. Because everything is so fast-tracked for them. Or made it so that the player who isn't dedicated... Because I used to be dedicated. I was dedicated to Overwatch back in the day. And when I say dedicated, I mean dedicated. We're talking, I played every competitive season. I played as every hero until I learned them. I did everything. But then Overwatch 2 dropped, promising us so much. We're going to have the old school, you know, we're going to have a lot of the stuff that made it popular for us. We're going to keep a lot of things that you liked about Overwatch. You didn't, though. Because the stuff we liked about Overwatch, you got rid of. And then you promised us something that you never delivered on. We were promised a PvE mode. Never got it. We were promised so much and given nothing, to the point where the player base, and yes, I'm playing on controller, so if I suck at aiming, oh well. We were given so much that the player base just eventually just said, you know what? The players that are here, like, once again, it's like COD. All of, like, the big-time content creators left. Flats, Emong, all of them went to Marvel Rivals. You think this is going to bring them back? Do you honestly think seeing what this game is nowadays is going to bring them back? It's going to bring them back and going to make them want to play the game again? No. Maybe for a couple hours. Maybe for a few hours. Not with any sense of consistency. They're not going to play this game with any sense of consistency. Because Marvel Rivals is just too gripping. It's too good. And that's the nicest way of putting it. This update's good. Marvel Rivals is still better. That's where I stand on it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. And please, don't ever dedicate yourself to another online game. Because this type of game is dying fast.